Hi everyone, my name is Dennis and today I'm going to be reviewing the Amazon Echo and the Google Home. So I listened to both of these things. One of this I put in my basement, this one's actually in the kitchen, so I probably use this one a little bit more. But that said, I use them for similar purposes, listening to music, setting timers, seeing what the weather is. And that's generally what they're the best at right now. I know that each company is trying to turn it also into a personal assistant, be able to buy certain things, be able to tell it to put something on a calendar. However, it's not there yet. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what it does best. It's a speaker, right? So they both work pretty good as a speaker. The Echo might be a little bit better. It's bigger, it's heavier, it has maybe a deeper sound, but both of them sound very good, and they fill up probably 1-2 rooms full of music at a pretty decent level. Alexa, play REM radio on Pandora.
Getting your REM radio station from Pandora.
Alexa, stop. You can see they both have microphones, and then the microphones do a pretty good job of picking up, even though there's sound coming all over the place. However they do it, it seems to pick it up. And you could be in another room and still yell at it, and it will listen to your voice and hear what you're saying. Hey Google, play Dr. Dre radio on Pandora.
Alright, here's the Pandora station called Dr. Dre.
Hey Google, stop. Just gives you an idea. It also sets timers pretty good. Hey Google, set a timer for 2 hours.
Sure, 2 hours. And we are starting now.
Right, and it will also play the weather nicely. Alexa, what's the temperature in New York City?
Right now in New York, it's 85 degrees with partly sunny skies. Today's forecast has intermittent clouds, with a high of 86 degrees and a low of 62 degrees.
Also, it'll connect to, both of them will connect to iHeartRadio, so you can listen to radio stations from around the world. You can play different music services. This Amazon Echo actually has Prime Music, so if you already subscribe to Amazon, then you can get your free shipping and you get a certain amount of music. The catalog is not as big as the Google catalog, but the Google catalog costs, I think it's about $10 a month in order to be able to listen to unlimited music. So that's kind of the trade-off, but they're both very solid in what they do, and they're very convenient that you can get all of this stuff hands-free. They both have apps. I'll give you an idea of what the apps are a little bit later on. I'll show that on this screen. And you know, they're both learning, they're both evolving, they're both from the cloud. They have cloud applications, and you don't have to do anything. It just kind of will learn. You do have to enable the apps to work on your, at least on the Amazon Echo. For Google, it seems like a little bit of that kind of goes on in the background more so, where you have to go to a specific app and you have to let Echo learn that skill, and then you'll have to use some keywords in order to make that skill actually materialize. Where I think the biggest miss is on these things is that they're supposed to be a personal assistant, and I don't find them to be that helpful. So I might say set a reminder to load the car in 2 hours, and Alexa will have no idea what to do with it. Google does not have any ideas, cannot put it into calendar. I assume that these skills will eventually come, but for now it's just not there. The other thing is there's certain inconvenience in the fact that if you say Alexa, it pops on and it might start saying, I don't understand what you're talking about. Same thing goes with Google. However, you got to say, okay Google. So that pretty much wraps up my conversation about these two pretty good speakers. So just what do I think about them? If I had to pick, well, first let's just talk about from a speaker quality. I think the Echo is a little bit more sturdier. It sounds a little bit better at the same sound level. I find that it's a little louder. I like the recognition back, so as I'm playing music, when I ask a question, what's the weather, set a timer, the response is a little bit crisper. It's easier to hear the response in return. So I'm going to give that advantage over to the Echo. From a price perspective, 180 versus 130, so I'm going to have to say the Google wins. In terms of the voice of the speaker itself, they both talk to you. I, again, will probably have to say I like the Echo a little bit better. I know sometimes, depending on what you ask, the voice on the Google will sound a little bit better than the voice on the Amazon. However, in general, I'd have to say I go with the Echo. In terms of web searches, however, I'm definitely going to give the advantage to Google. I can ask it a lot more questions and get a response back, whereas on the Echo, it does have a tendency to say, I'm sorry, I don't understand that question. From a design perspective, if you just look at it, I'm going to have to say that the coloring, the black coloring, I don't know, the way I can actually turn the volume up and down with this versus having to spin it on like this virtual wheel over here, I think I prefer the Echo for that. In terms of what they can do, Amazon has a lot of applications, so it definitely has the leg up on Google. However, Google will probably catch up. What I will say, even though I'll give the win to the Echo, I will say it's not so intuitive. You have to remember certain words and certain phrases in order to get those applications to work, as well as you actually have to enable the skill to get it to happen. So, you know, while I'm giving the win to the Echo, it's probably something that might change if, you know, a year down the line, 2 years down the line, once Google has more experience under their belt on this. Let's see, in terms of the microphone, I can pretty much say from across the room anything to either one of them, and it seems like it's got this multi-directional microphone which picks up the voice. So I haven't had a problem with either one of them, so I'm going to have to say it's probably a tie when it comes to that. So, you know, you factor it all in. The Google may wind up being a little bit more intuitive. There might be a little bit more of an infrastructure between some of the other Google products that they have, where you may say that the Google Speaker will eventually be better. But right now, with all of the things that I'm assessing it on, I think I still like my Amazon Alexa Echo speaker the best. So that's my opinion. Hopefully this helps and that you are able to make a decision from it. Thanks.
Thanks for watching.
If you like what you saw, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.
Also, please leave your comments. Winner: Amazon Echo.